With our first story this afternoon, the Minister of State for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Henry Aliganyira Musasizi, has commended the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda for successfully constructing its own head office through the prudent use of resources. During the groundbreaking ceremony for the new 7-storied building at Plot 42 Bukoto Street in Kamocha, Kampala, Musasizi emphasized the importance of sound accounting practices for effective planning. We have more details.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
The Minister of State for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Henry Aliganyira Musasizi, has expressed concern over the questionable unit costs in contractors' bids, highlighting this issue as a growing concern for both the government and clients.
But now let this be a lesson. For example, we can take it from here. And maybe be able to advise our engineers to reconsider their methodology on determination of the unit cost in some of these public works.
Musasizi urged contractors to reassess their pricing strategies to foster confidence among clients, particularly the government. He noted that excessively high unit costs can be a demotivating factor for clients. The president of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, Josephine Osia, praised the government for its support in the Institute's growth, which has enabled it to establish its own headquarters. She announced that the new office is expected to be completed by November next year.
We are working with God and it is going to come to fruition. And I like when they say 20th November 2025. Amen. Precise, your accountants are precise, to the point. So we know 20th November 2025, this building will be completed.
The event was attended by the Chief Executive Officer of the Institute, Derek Nkaja, as well as the Institute's Projects Chairperson, CPA Gloria Tuhesise, and her deputy, CPA Alfred Kabachu, and Buganda Kingdom's first Deputy Premier, Professor Haji Twaha Kawasi.
Our request is that all of you who are members of this project team, please be an example of excellence. Build with excellence.
Like the saying goes, we deliver excellently. And about that,
this was during the groundbreaking ceremony for the new 7-story building at Plot 42 Bukoto Street in Kamocha, Kampala.
Now, Nigeria will start importing milk and coffee from Uganda. This was revealed today as His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president of Nigeria, paid a courtesy call on President Museveni. President Museveni also took His Excellency Obasanjo on a tour to Pearl Dairy Farms Limited in Mbara City and later joined Chiruhura and Kazo farmers at Karo in Chiruhura district.
Very lucky
for
General Obasanjo to take interest
okutayayirwa owabiri president wa Nigeria General Obasanjo
and come here.
ahabokura umukoro ekiturukora kandi akatayayira.
We have been to Mbarara.
Nturgambarra hati.
We visited one of the factories there.
Twatayayire ikororo rumwe hango.
And he saw what is being done.
Kandi yarebe
Continental Free Trade Agreement. Whatever we are trying to do about integration in Africa, Political, it will probably take much longer time than while I'm alive. But we can do something about economic. We can do economic integration. We can take advantage of scale, large scale, and we can take advantage of comparative opportunities that we have.
10 years, Uganda's exports have grown to over $250 million from dairy exports. We contribute, as Lato Milk, we contribute to nearly half of it. Our products are currently available in over 10 countries, and we want to grow this to meet the nutritional needs of the African continent.
Our processing capacity is 5.4 million liters per day. And the distribution of capacity is as follows: that in the central region, in southwest, we have 41 processing.
UBC Lunchtime News. Now, the Deputy Director General of the Internal Security Organization, ISO, has called on student leaders in Buvuma to embrace a mindset change and discipline to drive social transformation in the country. Colonel Emmanuel Katabazi was addressing Uganda National Students Association leadership in Buvuma District.
To combat socio-economic challenges in the communities, student leaders have been urged to support the country's development goals outlined in the Plan 4 through mindset change and economic discipline.
That's finally, what is in your role? The role of the leader is finding solution to problems. But when you get somebody whose job is problem identification, not providing solution, that is an idiot and should be something. Therefore, there are things you do which will make other things change. That somebody finishing primary education, the quality of that life and thinking changes, and will bring change in society. That's what they call transformation.
The Uganda National Students Association leaders were encouraged to embrace government efforts for social development through the PDM fund, which caters to 30% of the youth interests.
1 million is meant to help the one who can't buy a home, who can't buy seeds. To buy a home and buy seeds and plant. To buy what ISA doesn't eat, a pig. Rear it and it produces and it transforms your life. Get a goat. But some of your parents, when they got the money, 1 million, they bought mattresses to sleep.
However, school administrators cited challenges in the education related to the new curriculum in their efforts to foster better learning in Buvuma district.
Actually, with a population of 870 students, we face challenges of we have no computers, we have no power. You know, Buvuma, we have no power, so we are relying basically on solar. So I would request the government to avail us with computers, because with this new curriculum, computers are really necessary to foster its.
To secure the long-term success of young leaders, it is essential for government to incorporate learners into public service initiatives. The integration will empower them to serve their communities effectively and contribute to overall development. Komagum Rogers for UBC in Buvuma District.
Thank you, Rogers. Now, in more news this afternoon, Brian Aliguma has been arrested at Hoima City Police Station for allegedly participating in an unlawful protest. The protester, Brian Aliguma, was demanding the resignation of Andrew Kurungi Byakutaga, the embattled Prime Minister of Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom, to make way for the new interim leadership by Dr. Baltazar Kasirivu Chamahwa Atoki. Byakutaga has rejected this proposed interim leadership, citing illegal appointments. He also emphasized that the current police deployment within the kingdom is intended to maintain law and order. Now, in a phone interview with the Albertine Region Police PRO, SP Julius Alan Hakiza confirmed Brian's arrest, stating that he will be charged with threatening violence.
We need to get out from the office. Yes. We need to get out from the office. We need to be supposed to respect his age and the gentle. Yes, we appreciate, but it is time to leave our office. We need our king. We need our king. We need our king to king. Enough is enough. I'm peaceful. I want to make my kingdom. Just fighting for our kingdom. I'm fighting for my king. No, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. You kill me. You kill me.
Kugamba mbokama kwaitu buhambirwe mukikalo kyokuja nabo bakugamba wewe kabakugaidinge bale mu ngeri yone yokora mu government bakwata kuwata abana abakutoza obukama bwa bunyoro kuba kurungi so ekintu ekyo tukijumira nkaitu abanyoro kanda ireyo suppose ikora ki kurugayo kuba munyoro akwikizibwa kubaza kubaliriza munyoro brain mubi tutiniko so kwakwali mubira inakwekaguza kwakula remere mu office
kujunazo babundi buona twara rundi kwetahya ombye bole mwezi wokukama ekyakasatu mubuzaranwa ukwiri taina busobozi buona kukora ng'omukama rundi kukora emirimo y'omukama rundi kuwebembera omukama.
People who deal in herbal medicine have been advised to work hand in hand with the National Drug Authority to certify their products before public consumption. During a sensitization campaign of herbalists in Kasese district on good practices in herbal manufacturing and processing, the Regional Inspector of Drugs, Southwestern Region, Kenneth Kiza, said that most herbalists seen on streets advertising and selling herbal medicine without certification with the National Drug Authority risk to face the law. The president of Uganda Herbalists Association, Mr. Mukwaya Jamiru, says that the sensitization campaign with herbalists and the National Drug Authority will iron out bad elements in public who deal in fake herbal medicine.
But as National Drug Authority, we changed the approach. Now the approach we are using the sensitization approach. We invite them, we sensitize them, we give them guidance, we give them capacity building, we visit to their places, we invite local leaders so that they can also be okay with them. So now herbalists are now ready to work with the National Drug Authority. And so far we have more than 300 products which are already registered by National Drug Authority. So the relationship is now cemented.
With trading centers and towns in the evening, you find some herbalists with the vehicles where they have mounted loudspeakers. You find them advertising in a way that misleads the public. We are saying that is wrong and it is an offense. So we appeal to them to stop that habit because it is counterproductive and it is misleading the public. This is the new act that was passed so that our people can access good quality, safe and effective medicine. Our humble appeal to the public is that they should always buy drugs from herbal shops that are clean and are licensed by National Drug Authority. The other appeal to the herbalists is that they should bring their medicines to NDA for not
assented to by the president. So that's a law now that recognizes them. But who is going to be recognized? The one who is registered. And the one who is registered definitely can easily access government program.
I registered my medicine to the National Drug Authority and it was notified. And whenever I receive a client who has an illness that can't be treated by our herbal medicine, especially from our Rohidi Herbal Clinic, I immediately refer that person to the nearest health facility for more management.
The body of Brigadier General Fred Masiko, who tragically passed away in a car crash on Masaka Road on Friday, September 13th, 2024, has been laid to rest in Bukinda, Ruchiga district. Major General Henry Masiko Ndarubwine, representing the Chief of Defense Forces, CDF, delivered a tribute on behalf of Brigadier General Masiko's employers. He highlighted the immense contribution the fallen general made to the Defense Forces, especially in his role in shaping future soldiers through his position as Director of Training and Doctrine for the UPDF Land Forces. The officers, Brigadier General Fred Masiko and Brigadier General retired Chambade Katende, perished in an accident when they were returning from the burial of Defense Minister and Kisoro District Woman MP Sarah Mateke.
The family extends its sympathy and condolences to the departed comrade's family, relatives, and friends. Brigadier General Fred Masiko joined the Uganda People's Defense Forces according to the records on 27th April 1987. He since diligently served his country, National Resistance Army, Uganda People's Defense Forces in various capacities, both command and staff positions. The departed general has therefore been instrumental in the restoration and upholding of peace and security of the country. The Uganda People's Defense Forces is saddened by the loss of such a senior.
Your legacy lives on through countless lives you touched. I hope so many people can testify about this. We remember the way you used to fight for us, the togetherness you brought among us. Daddy, you made sure all of us are one person. We say goodbye, we take comfort in knowing that you're no longer in pain and right now at peace.
My daughter or my sister Ondish, omuchara wa Brigadier Sande, esimu yaka ham, kantaka nyami. Atuwa manibia kontinenti, katoro manyangu jeno Masiko yako atiafata, tuna maragamba nawe, atiatunga accident.
May the souls of the departed rest in peace. Now, in more news this afternoon, a disagreement has emerged between the residents of Soroti City East and officials from the Civil Aviation Authority regarding land boundaries for the expansion of Soroti Flying School Airfield. This matter was addressed during a meeting at Madera Aminit Cell in Soroti City, chaired by Soroti City RCC Peter Pex Park. In recent weeks, the Civil Aviation Authority surveyors reportedly planted markers on land they claimed belonged to Soroti Flying School without consulting the community. In response, Peter Peck's Park has halted the placement of these markers, highlighting the lack of engagement with local leaders and residents. The meeting included affected residents from the wards of Madeira, Camp Swahili and Kichinjanji, along the Civil Aviation Authority officials, the physical planner, Soroti City East Division Mayor Paul Omer, former Mayor Alfred Aruo, the Deputy RCC and RCC Peter Peck's Park.
To follow. That does not abide to the normal Ugandan surveying procedure, so that you come and plant without involving the LOC1, the LOC2 and the area land committee of the area.
How do you come and claim for land a title? You are planting stones, you are preparing the papers for the title. Is that justice? No. That is total injustice.
Now, if it was a proposal of 1962, around 60 or 70 years today, where were you all that time to survey this land, to own it as flying school land? 70 years, people have been in this land. And today you have come and you are telling us you own the land, where somebody even doesn't have history of the of 1962.
And actually it is now planning because the area land committee was brought in. Why? Honestly, why? We are saying people are coming here to grab things.
These people are trying to grab land everywhere. We have Maxtons the other side, Guanomoding. We have Maxtons there. These people move at night. They move during daytime. They seem to have come from government, but what we have learned from them, these are crooks.
To me, I pray that for us to agree to take the apology that they mess and trespass into our land. Let first of all them go and remove those stones and they come back fresh.
UBC Lunchtime News takes a very short break, but return after these messages.
My girl, she a Cinderella dance till she fall off. She not care for money even if you're big and tough. She do it for the love. She a liquor shot till she tipsy. That be dancing, yeah.
Why cross halfway at Am I just too selfish? I don't share with no one else. Am I just too selfish?
Don't know anyone who feels so right. Don't know anyone who makes me.
I had to come to terms with it and realize it's the look inside of your eyes. Something about it got
You sparkle like a star. When I dream of you, it's you I long to please.
Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda. Indomie Instant Noodles, Uganda's best loved noodles.
Welcome back from that break, and now into the international scene. Some Sudanese migrants who are currently based at a makeshift camp outside the French port of Calais say they are determined to reach the United Kingdom's shores. This is in spite of government's intervention against ongoing illegal migration, especially from people who are entering the nation through the English Channel on small boats.
At a makeshift camp outside the French port of Calais, a group of mostly Sudanese migrants waits for an opportunity to reach Britain. Last week, 8 people drowned crossing the English Channel in small boats. The migrants, who asked not to be identified, say they are not deterred.
Everybody here is afraid, but we must take this risk because we want to rise to UK. There is no way another way.
More than 22,000 migrants have made the journey in small boats across the English Channel from France this year. More than 800 people arrived last Saturday alone. It has become a major political issue. Prime Minister Keir Starmer travelled to Italy Monday to learn from its recent success in cutting migration across the Mediterranean from North Africa.
You've made remarkable progress working with countries along migration routes as equals to address the drivers of migration at source and to tackle the gangs. And as a result, irregular arrivals to Italy by sea are down 60% since 2022. So I'm pleased that we're deepening our cooperation here.
Italy has struck multi-million-dollar deals with Libya and Tunisia to stop migrants leaving their shores. Human rights groups accuse those countries of committing widespread abuses against migrants. Rome also signed an agreement with Albania last year to send thousands of asylum seekers there for processing.
If it works, as I hope it will, everybody can understand that this can become a new way to deal with migration flow.
Critics question Italy's approach.
Amnesty International has some deep concerns as to whether Italy is being compliant with its international legal obligations and its human rights obligations in elements of its approach. What we would hope for would be countries like the UK to have a functioning asylum system, one that considered claims properly but swiftly, and dealt humanely with people who are fleeing terrible situations in many cases.
And in sports, Papua New Guinea claimed victory against hosts Uganda with an opening win of 81 runs at the Lakeside Oval in Entebbe yesterday, marking the first match of a 4-game 50-over bilateral series. Riazat Ali Shah led the cricket cranes for the first time in 50-over cricket as the team seeks to develop new leaders. Papua New Guinea won the toss and elected to bat fast, setting a total of 176 all out. In the run chase, Uganda lost its openers cheaply and only managed to score 95 runs for 9 wickets, ultimately losing to Papua New Guinea by 81 runs. The 50-over series continues today in Entebbe.
70 odd for no loss, and after that restricting them to 176 was a good comeback by bowlers. So no complaint about the bowling. We fielded decently well. As far as batting is concerned, it's a concern, but it is too early to assess. We have to give time to the batters. One, the other thing is, it is not an excuse, but we need to get better facilities. We are not getting wickets at the proper time to prepare. But I'm very confident the boys will come back very strongly. At the moment, we are in a preparatory phase, and they will bat well definitely in the coming matches.
I think our plans went really well. We wanted to take it, quite easy and then build up the momentum, and we did exactly that. Our first 10 overs, we were going at just about 3 runs and over, and then we started picking up nicely with the 2 openers, Tony Ura and Sesebao, and we built the innings nicely up until the 17th, 18th over when we were 76 for no loss. And then we lost a few wickets in succession, which is something that we been working hard on, and obviously a few things that we need to to put into practice as quickly as possible, so that we rectify that as quickly as possible and have big innings. So from that position, we then ended up having 176, which I thought was under par. I thought 220 would have been okay, considering how the wicket is playing.
The Futsal Association Uganda has held its third annual General Assembly. In his remarks, Chairman Hamza Junju expressed concern over the delayed fulfillment of promises from the Federation of Uganda Football Association, FUFA, the governing body to which they subscribe. During the assembly, the association provided a budget of over 100 million shillings.
Is under 13, under 15, 17 and 19. We believe by bringing more younger people, we are moving in line with the FUFA technical master plan of grassroots football and futsal, but at the same time bring on board as many parents closer to young people playing organized competitions.
And we know we shall have a great season, given that we've tried to do a budget that is tailored on the activities. So it is an activity-based budgeting.
Yes, we believe we may delay to send them the money to execute their activities as planned, but it also depends on our sources of funding. When we get the money, we send it out. However, we have taken a decision as the executive committee to tag the money that is a must to come to FUFA. That one goes for promises, which promises must be fulfilled in time.
UBC Lunchtime News has come to an end. Thank you so much for your company this afternoon. Do enjoy much more of UBC Television's programming. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. Owekitinisa Minister wabatowamu n'eminyeto Dr. Balamu Barugara Atenyi hamuludu wakandi nakunga abantu bombukama bwabunyero kitala Kingdom n'ebichweke bihereireho okwejo kumweteranizaho hakebire by'okwezi 20 okwezi kwa irumbi kweto kwa omwenda omwaka guno obone tutangiro Owekitinisa muno President wihanga lya Uganda hamuna mama General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Munyamasazo ya masindi leka tweteranize turwanise kandi tunage hansi omunyanzi gwa obunaku nituhura okuhaburwa n'omuranga kuruga ali president akirekyo alita n'abebembezi kuruga Mbunyoro abantu abanyakwine entekereza yabo habwabo keto opinion leaders abebembezi b'amadini abo bukama abasubuzi hamwe n'okwetegereza emirimo ekorwa habyomeko gari boleka ebya 5-star hotel murubuga masindi niko bwiri warubagyo ayita n'abeminyeto ahure kuruga haribo harale cyo n'emiti ha golf course obwe kiro tukifundikire no muziki kai hamataka hamwe n'ebikucamura bingi bino byona bitero umesente Balam Sounds hamwe na Radio 7 era kada bajikuru bakabarega.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable. UBC, inspiring Uganda.